Yeah, and welcome, welcome, welcome to 80s awesomeness. The 80s had so many killer guitar songs, I can't even explain it to you. And if you don't believe me, just go check for yourself, because it's awesome. Blues, rock, pop, had everything in one song. And there's a link below, speaking of rock, a little soloing link. You know, any of you out there, there we go. Interested in learning how to solo, hit the right notes over blues, rock, any of that stuff? That link down there will show you how not only to hit the right notes, but how to see chords and look at scales in a new way. So check that one out. But this song, one of my favorite 80s artists, just that perfect mix of blues and pop. So let's zoom in for a closer look and check it out. All right, so check out this piece of 80s awesomeness on rhythm guitar. It's a killer, like, blues pop riff. I love it. This is why the 80s is amazing. All right, let me play the riff, and then I'll break it down. So we got... So that's the whole first part. Now, the very introduction of the riff is a little bit different once it cycles around. Let me explain what I mean. We're going to always be on the D and the G string. We're going to bar those two at the 5th fret. Now, the very introduction to the song is skipping one little part of the riff once it cycles around. And what we're going to do is we're going to go D and G, 5th fret, and then we're going to go with our 3rd finger to the 7th fret of the D, but the G5 is still going. And then we're going to go to the 8th fret. So we got... Now the part that was missing is a riff we're going to always recycle back to. And that's going to be on the A string, and you're going to hammer 6 to 7. So the second time through, it has this little part on it. 6 to 7 on the A, back to our double stops. Now we're going to hit the 7th fret twice before we go to the 8th. So all together we got... Back to our little riff here on 6 to 7. Okay, so the last one is... 7, 8, 7, 8, 8, 7, 5, 5. And then you recycle it over again, okay? So if I played the whole thing from the very beginning slowly, we got... Then it starts with the riff. Just like the beginning, but now that little section's on there, okay? And then we're going to do that whole thing 4 times. Now the transition from the C chord, which we're playing in now, to the B flat chord, super cool. It goes like this. So it's... All right, now what's cool about that is we can do it in 2 spots. It depends on how comfortable you are moving quickly across the fretboard. If you're pretty fast, then play it right here because you're already playing rhythm right here, and it's really easy just to jump up to the 8th and the 10th frets on the A and the D, and you're going to hammer 8 to 10 on the A, 8 to 10 on the D, and then you're going to double stop the D and the G, 8, 5, 4, 3, and that gets you into the B flat where you do the exact same riff you just did, this part, down a whole step, okay? So... Okay, so once we get down to there, oh, let me show you the other way you can do it. Exact same notes are right here. So now we could do it on the D string, 3rd fret to 5th fret, and then the G string 3rd fret to 5th fret, and then we would go double stop on the 3rd fret of the G, 4th fret of the B, and then so you can do the same riff there, and then you're right where you need to be as well. So, you know, choose your own adventure on that one. Okay, so from that riff, it's like the beginning where we're, and then we add the riff. Okay, so this one walks straight into one other riff. So when we get to the part where we're going, right, how we would normally do, we're going to come back. So we're going to go. Okay, so the only difference is, all right, so that whole riff. Okay, so let me play one of the riffs down here, the transition riff, and then the whole B flat section. So we got. Now what it's going to do is it's going to outline an F chord. Okay, so what I'm going to do is now I'm going to be on the G and the B strings, 2nd fret, 1st fret, and then I'm going to just put my 3rd finger on the G string, 3rd fret, and then I'm going to bar the 1st fret. So we got. Okay, and then it's just going to walk the same riff. Okay, and then it's going to go into the kind of pre-chorus build. Okay, so that F part, B flat, 1, 2, 3, 4, F, 1, 2, 3, 4, C, boom, 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 chorus. Okay, so that whole part from the B flat to the F. All right, let's get on to the chorus. So the chorus, if you're the only guitar player, you kick on a little more gain. Okay, we're going to go to B flat to an F up here. Okay, so an F would be the 8th and the 10th frets on the A and D. This one's going to be on the E and A, 6 and 8. So we got. Now we're going to go down a half step. Okay, so we've gone B flat, F, B flat, F, down to E flat. Now, if you notice, I caught that D on an upstroke. Okay, so each one of those chords is like on an and. Now, coming out of the chorus, there's a little riff, and once you hit the C, I count it like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you do the riff, which is. And then straight back into the rhythm, where it repeats itself into the chorus, and then there's a solo, and then that section for the guitar is different underneath the horn solo. So the riff is going to be G string, and it's going to be. I know I haven't taught the chorus totally, and I'm going to come back to that. So it'll all make sense here. So we got 5, 3, 5 on the G, and then 3, 5 on the D. And then I'm going to catch with my pinky the 6th fret E. And then jump right back in with your first finger to our, okay, riff. Now, the chorus again. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and you do the exact same thing over, and then we get into the horn solo section where it's a really cool little riff that they play on the guitar underneath the horn solo. So let's check that out. All right, so let's come out of the second chorus and go into this amazingly awesome part that's underneath the horn solo. So check it out. We got... I mean, I was just stoked to learn that myself. Such cool parts. All right, so what we're basically doing is once we get to the C, that usually gets us to the out of the chorus, we're actually going to hit it twice. So the first time we hit it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so then I'm going to count after I hit it the second time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go up to D and G, 8th fret, and then slide down. Now the next part is basically going to be F to B flat, okay? What we're going to do is something you really commonly hear in blues, 1-4-5 progressions, and it's hammering on from the minor third chord to the major third chord, okay? And if you don't know what that means, the third note of the scale is the note that makes the chord major or minor. So if we're in F major, this guy right here is our third. That's a major third. If we take our finger off, it's a minor third. Okay, so it's a cool blues trick. What we're going to do is I'm going to hammer on from the first fret to the second fret of the G string, and then I'm going to bar the first two strings, the B and the E on the first fret. Okay, now if you saw, I hammered on a downstroke, upstroked the B and E, and then I basically made two, you know, kind of strokes where I don't hit anything to keep time, and then I went on a downstroke, so I went. Okay, and I keep my arm, or I try to get in the habit of keeping my arm or my hand moving to keep the tempo of the song. So you got. Okay, now the next part, we're coming up to the B flat, and you're going to do essentially the same thing. Okay, where we're going to hammer on. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my thumb. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to go the 6th fret of the E, and then I'm going to go down and I'm going to double stop on the 8th fret, D and G, and then make the traditional B flat chord. So it's basically a B flat suspended chord, and then to the B flat chord. So it's okay, and then I'm going to hit those chords again and hammer into the major third again. So we got okay. Now I'm going to come back to that riff. We're always going to come back to the F riff, and it's always going to be the same. Okay, now this one we're just going to do that once, and then we're going to go. Okay, now what we've done there is we're hammering onto that suspended note. So we're basically hitting the B 6th fret and the 7th fret of the G, hammering to the 8th fret of the G. And then, okay, so we went. Now I bar the 6th fret of the G and the B, and I hammer on to the G 6th fret. So we got. All right, so that part. The next one's real simple. You just go, and then, okay, so that's just, all right, so if I did that one slowly, now this next one is tricky because this gets us out of the solo. Okay, so when I go, you got to come into this B flat part of the chord on the D and G strings, 3rd fret, quick on an upstroke. Okay, now the next part's kind of Hendrixy. So we go 3rd fret, D and G, hammer from the 3rd to the 5th fret, and then we're going to go double stop back to the 3rd fret, D and G. Keep the G string 3rd fret down, go to the 5th fret on the D, back to the 3rd fret, and now you're going to go up to the A string 5th fret, keeping the D string 3rd fret down. Alright, so slowly. So it's, that's the whole riff. So it's, now what we're going to do is we're going to make a D chord, and then we're going to make an F chord, but in a different inversion. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the 3rd fret of the D, 5th fret of the G, 6th fret of the B, and then up to the G, which is just up the whole step. So it's, all right, so and then back right into the verse. So it's super quick and tricky. All right, so whoosh, back into that whole part. So let's check that out. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4. realized I hammered onto this guy twice. You don't have to do that. You can. All in the name of fun. That's basically most of the parts of the song. That's going to get you through it. It's an amazing, cool song. Check it out. Yes! Way to go. Don't forget the blues soloing link down below. It is fun till your daddy took your guitar away. It's bad. Big hug from me to you out there. Thank you so much for checking in. Last check, there's like almost 92,000 of you. It's going crazy. I love it. It's amazing. Check out the channel over there. It's a whole bunch more friends over there too. Papastache 102. Rock, metal, classic rock, everything like rhythm, soloing, the whole bag of shenanigans over there. So check that one out too. That would be awesome. And if you like what you see, by all means tell your friends and check the link below to the website, papastache.com. There's all sorts of actually how to play guitar stuff on there. Like a lesson from square one to soloing in a band. All right? So you guys are amazing. Thank you once again. Big hug from me to you out there. We'll catch you next time.